Hello, my friends. Today I'm going to share with you my brand new cover for my most recent publication, 300 Man. First, a little side note, if my voice sounds a little bit off, it's because I had been sick for about 2 months now, and it seems to never end. It's a long story. Maybe I'll get into it a little bit later in case you're not really interested. So what is this story, 300 Man? It is a novella size. Originally, I wrote these as little short episodes, so to speak, that were published in the Lake Winnipeg Writers Group Voices Journal. So they were published, a new episode, twice a year. Now, unfortunately, the Lake Winnipeg Writers Group ended, which means no more publications of voices are possible. And I never really lost the rights to this story, so I decided to put it all together and keep going with the story, finish it, and publish it. And of course, as this was intended to be a short story, it's about 20,000 words, and I have published it as a novella. Now, today is October 7th. By the time this video is released, it'll be next week on Tuesday. So it should be available on all of the usual platforms, both in ebook and print book format. I'm going to read you the book blurb. Leaving her parents' home for the first time, Jordan can't wait to start college, a new job, and have her own apartment. On the way, she notices a sexy cowboy who appears to be driving in the same direction. Is it just coincidence that every time she looks in the rear-view mirror, his black Chrysler 300 is there? So this isn't my usual genre. This is more of like a contemporary romance or a mystery romance. An author friend of mine also referred to it as kind of like an adventure romance. If you've looked at my previous publications, you will notice that most of my publications have been short crime thriller stories or my novel, The Red Crimes, and I've also done a little bit of nonfiction. And of course, if you've watched my videos before, you'll know that in the background, I am also working on high fantasy, which never seems to be ready to come out into the world, but I have not given up on that yet. This story being more on the romantic side of things, well, it kind of makes me realize that I do have an aspect of romance in almost all of my fiction stories. So once I got things set up and formatted and edited and everything else that needed to happen, I decided to place an order with GetCovers for my cover. As always, GetCovers was super fast. Their customer service and communication was fast, efficient, and very positive and helpful. Upon receiving the very first version, I had made a few suggestions, and if that's something you might be interested in seeing the first version versus the second version, please let me know down below in the comments, and I'll be happy to do a separate video, more detailed about the first cover, what it looked like, what I found not right for the story, what I requested to be changed, and of course the results of those requests and how the new cover looks. So without further ado, here is my official cover. Of course, we've got the long country road in the background, which is a big portion of the story, and a 300 man is on the cover wearing a black cowboy hat, black t-shirt, and of course, he's a little muscular. So how did I publish this? Well, I first started with Amazon KDP. I did not select Kindle Select. That was an accident. And then I also went to Google Play Books Partner Center and published the ebook version there. And then I went to Draft 2 Digital. I recently made a decision to change one aspect of my publishing process, and that is to publish directly through Kobo. I am a Canadian author, Kobo is a Canadian company, and it is probably one of those big 5 publishing companies, to my knowledge. And I wanted to try publishing to their subscription model. So I set up my Kobo account, and I uploaded my manuscript and my ebook cover, and I had checked back a few times to see if it was published, and it hadn't been yet. So I feel like it's not quite as fast as Amazon KDP so far, but I'm sure it will not be very much longer. So when I went to Draft 2 Digital, I unselected Kobo for this specific publication. Now I haven't uploaded the print version yet because the cover that I used for the Amazon KDP dashboard did not work with the formatting of Draft 2 Digital. So I downloaded the template and sent it to GetCovers so that we could add on another service of adjusting the cover to work for Draft 2 Digital. So I'm currently waiting for that file back. I'm also waiting for a proof copy to be mailed out to me, and I should receive it by this weekend, which means by the time you watch this, I should already have my proof copy in hand. I want to make sure all of my interior formatting and my cover is the way that I want it before I upload to another publishing platform, and before I make it go live on both platforms. So today, your day, not my today, your today, you should be able to look at the ebook across multiple platforms, check it out, and as soon as the print version is ready to go, I will let you know. Okay, so I'm just going to back up a little bit and talk about more personal stuff, so I completely understand if you don't want to listen to this, but I just figured I'd share it in case you're interested in all this crap I've been going through. So it started back in July when I had a reaction to the B12 injections. When I got to August, I had started a new prescription to treat chronic fatigue syndrome, which is my most recent diagnosis. And of course, the pills that I was taking, after every 2 weeks, I would be increasing a dose. It ended up making me feel extremely loopy, dizzy, disoriented. I had a lot of nausea. I felt sick all the time. So I had to come off of those pills and were trying a lower dose. Now, after this, I ended up with, or during all of this actually, after I came off everything, I ended up with a 7-day stomach flu followed by laryngitis and a cold, which led me to cough violently, where I then pulled a muscle. Then I got an x-ray and found out I had pneumonia. So then I ended up on antibiotics for that. Now, at the end of the pneumonia, my kids were coming home with these viral sinus problems, and I ended up catching that as well. So now I am on day 6 of this other viral cold thing, whatever it is, and I'm really tired of feeling sick. But today I had a neurologist appointment in Winnipeg, so we drove to Winnipeg anyways, regardless of how crappy I was feeling. And we talked to the neurologist about how sick I've been and everything that's been going on. So we are putting a hold on all treatment changes, anything, until I am feeling better. So it's probably going to take, it could take another month or 2 before I'm feeling myself again. And then we're going to look at modifying some of my medications, and hopefully we can get to the point where I'm back to being a little bit more energetic. I'm a little bit winded right now. I'm not sure if my pneumonia has not completely cleared or suddenly gotten worse because of this new viral thing. So I'm going to have to end this video now. I was going to talk about some more stuff, but I'm going to start losing my voice soon. So thank you so much. I hope you check out 300 Man. It's definitely something new for me, and but it's a story that is not new to me. It's just finally finished. And the lights went out on that one side. So I'm hoping you can still see me at least a little bit. I don't know what that was all about. So I hope you keep writing. Let me know what you're working on down below and how October has gone for you thus far. Take care, check out 300 Man, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever, and keep writing.